Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. In this video I'd like to show you how to make this two-sided pot holder. And for the size, this pot holder is 14 centimeters in diameter. I'm using cotton yarn in two colors, yellow and beige. That's Alizabella 100% cotton yarn, 180 meters in 50 grams. Recommended hook 1-3. I'm using 2.5 and a marker. I need 2 balls of each color because I will crochet with 2 laces. If you have 1 ball, you can just take another yarn from inside. In that way, you will have 1 lace from the end and the other one from beginning. For this pot holder, I have to crochet 2 perfect circles with 2 different colors, yellow and beige. I will start with yellow color, taking 2 laces of the yarn and starting with the magic circle. Eight single crochets in a magic circle. Pulling short end of the yarn and closing the circle. I will crochet in rounds and I don't have to make slip stitches at the end of each round. In the second round, I have to make 8 increases. I will crochet 2 single crochets in every stitch that I have around. In the first single crochet that I made, I will put my marker so I know where my round starts. Finishing our increase with 1 more single crochet. And continuing with making increases. At the end of the second round, I have 16 stitches around. I have to continue making increases in every round that I crochet, and in every round I will be making 8 increases. To create a perfect circle, I have to shift my increases in one round and in another one. So my increases not gonna line up in one line, and at the end I won't have edges. Round number 3. First, I am making increase. For that, I will crochet 2 single crochets in my first stitch. I will put my marker in my first stitch in this round number 3. Now I have to make 1 single crochet in the next stitch. and continue making increases. I will make increase 2 single crochets in the next stitch, but 1 single crochet in the next one. I have continue with the same pattern till the end of my round. So at the end, I'm gonna have 8 increases in this round and 24 stitches at the end. Because I already made 1 increase in my first stitch, I have to make 7 more increases. To continue with my increases in round number 4, I have to make 1 increase and make 2 single crochets in the next 2 stitches. But I'm not gonna start this time with an increase in my first stitch. Instead, I'm gonna make 1 single crochet and then I'm gonna start with making the pattern 1 increase and 2 single crochets. At the end of this round, I'm gonna have 1 stitch left and I will make 1 single crochet in that stitch. So making 1 single crochet in my first stitch in round number 4, putting back our marker in this stitch, this is the beginning of our round number 4, and making 1 increase in the next stitch. 1 increase, it's 2 single crochets in 1 stitch. Then I'm making 2 single crochets in next 2 stitches. 1 and second. Now I have to continue with the same pattern around till I have 1 stitch left till my marker. Overall, I'm gonna make 7 more increases. And I'm making 1 single crochet in the last stitch. In the round number 5, it's gonna be very simple. 1 increase and 3 single crochets. One increase and putting back our marker in our first stitch and 3 single crochet in the next 3 stitches. Repeating this pattern 7 more times. 1 increase, 3 single crochet. After round number 5, you can already see how we're getting our perfect circle, and we can't even see where we were making our increases, so we don't see any edges on the border of our circle. In round number 6, we have to shift our increases a bit. So first we're making 2 single crochet in the first 2 stitches, then increase. After that, we have to repeat the pattern of 1 increase and 4 single crochets. I will repeat it 7 times, and at the end of my round, I'm gonna have 2 stitches left in which I'm gonna make just 2 single crochets. 2 single crochets in 2 stitches. Placing marker in the first stitch, 1 increase and 4 single crochets. Repeating this pattern 6 more times. 1 increase, and 4 single crochets. Seventh time I repeated a pattern of 1 increase and 4 single crochets. Now I have 3 stitches left till my marker. I have to make 1 more increase and 2 single crochets in the 2 stitches. Overall, in the round number 6, I made 8 increases. In the round number 7, I'm gonna start with 1 increase and 5 stitches. I will repeat this pattern 8 times. 1 increase, marker in the first stitch, and 5 single crochets in 5 stitches. Continue till the end of the round. 1 increase and 5 single crochets. Round number 8. 3 single crochets. Putting our marker back in our first stitch. 1 increase and 6 single crochets. Repeating the pattern of 1 increase and 6 single crochets 6 more times. We're repeating it 7 times, but we already made 1. Four loops left till our marker. I will make 1 increase and 3 single crochets. In row number 9, I'm gonna make 1 increase and 7 single crochets. I will repeat this pattern 8 times. Round number 10. 4 single crochets. One increase and 8 single crochets. Repeating this pattern 6 more times. 5 loops left. In the first one I'm gonna make 1 increase, and in the next 4 single crochets. Round number 11. 1 increase and 9 single crochets. Repeating this pattern 8 times. And round number 12, my last round with yellow color. 5 single crochets, 1 increase and 10 single crochets. After 5 single crochet, I will be repeating 1 increase and 10 single crochet 7 times. At the end of the round, I'm gonna have 6 stitches left. In one of them, I'm gonna make increase and then 5 single crochet. Starting with 5 single crochet. One increase, and 10 single crochets. Continue with this pattern 6 more times. 6 stitches left. In the first stitch from the hook, I'm making 1 increase. And 5 single crochet in the next 5. I can remove my marker now, and I will move my loop to the wrong side of the work. And I'm gonna make 1 chain. I'm not gonna cut yarn for now. I'm gonna just leave this circle aside and make exactly the same with the beige yarn. I finished crocheting perfect circle with the beige yarn. Now I want my loop to pin it on the other side. So I'm going in my next loop, taking it by the both legs, and taking my loop on the other side. I will continue crocheting with the same beige yarn, and I want my loop in my last stitch, taking it by the one half of the loop, by back half of the loop, and I will take my loop through this stitch. Now I have two perfect circles and I have to attach them together. This is right side of my work. This is wrong side of the work. I will be attaching them together, crocheting, taking them by half of the stitches and crocheting one single crochet all around. Before that, I want to leave only one lace of the yellow yarn and the other one I'm gonna cut. So one yarn I'm gonna pull and the other one I'm gonna tie. I can make a knot here. In that way my loops gonna stay the same and they're not gonna move anywhere. I will hide this end of the yarn in my knitting here. I'm gonna pull these shorter ends of the yarn and wave them in my knitting now. I will also tie them. I will use yarn needle to wave my ends. I will wave this end of the yarn as well. The rest of the yarn I can cut. Yellow part is preparing for attaching. I'm gonna put it aside for now. I will do the same with these ends of the yarn. Now I will be attaching these two perfect circles with a row of single crochets. I will place them this way, so both of them gonna be facing right side of the work and inside gonna be our wrong side of the work on both of them. Lining them up, just shifting one stitch. I will start with the next stitch of my beige yarn and the next in the yellow yarn, and I'm gonna be taking those stitches by half of the legs, by half of the stitches. Chain of one with a beige yarn, and I'm gonna be making this row with a beige yarn. My yellow yarn are left on the right side of the work like that, so I'm not gonna put it in my knitting, it's gonna be here aside. And my first single crochet I'm gonna make with this half of the stitch, which one is closer to the wrong side of the work of the beige circle, and this half of the stitch for the yellow yarn, also the one that is closer for the wrong side of the work. Taking these two half of the stitches, I will make one single crochet and continue with the same way, half of the stitch of beige yarn and half of the stitch of yellow yarn or yellow stitches, yellow part of the circle. And again, beige half of the stitch and yellow. No increases and no decreases in this round. That's how it looks on the beige side of our work. And this is the yellow side of our work. And I have to continue till I reach this point. So I'm gonna go all around. Only 3/2 of these stitches left. If you didn't miss any stitches, you should end up with the stitches as I did, so no stitches left behind. and everything is lining up. Now I'm just gonna join this round. So I'm gonna go in my first stitch in this round, take the loop and bring it on the other side of my knitting, just to join this round like that. Now I will be knitting with one yellow yarn and one beige. So I'm gonna cut other string of the beige yarn and I will hide it inside my knitting. And I will continue crocheting with one yellow and one beige yarn. And one string of beige yarn, I'm just gonna pull it like that. I will tie it and hide it inside the knitting. Now I have one loop left with a beige yarn and it's only one string in this loop and I want to bring it to the previous loop. I'm going in the middle of my previous stitch, taking the beige yarn and pulling it inside so it's gonna appear in the middle. I have 96 stitches around in my circle and I have a loop that goes just from the middle of my knitting in the middle of the stitch here. Before I begin the pattern, I will make chain of 1 with these both colors of the yarn. For the pattern, I'm going to be repeating one increase with half double crochets in one stitch. In the next stitch, one double crochet, again one increase with half double crochets and slip stitch. I will be making these petals till the very end. First increase with half double crochets, going in the first stitch, taking it by 2 half of the loops, one. Second one goes in the same stitch, one double crochet next, and another increase with half double crochets. So one, and another one. Slip stitch in the next stitch. So one petal is done. Going for the next one. One increase with half double crochets, one double crochet, and another increase with half double crochets, slip stitch in the next stitch, another one. So another increase with half double crochets, one double crochet, another increase, and slip stitch. I will continue with the same pattern till I reach this point, my beginning. I'm almost done with my last round. I repeated 24 times this pattern of petals and I finished on one increase with half double crochets. Only one stitch left in which I want to make slip stitch. The last thing that I would like to make, it's gonna be a little loop. I will leave this little tail aside and crochet chain of 15. Going with this chain to the very beginning and attaching it right here to this stitch. It's basically the same stitch from which this loop was going from, and that's where we made our slip stitch, just finishing our round. Again, I'm gonna make slip stitch and attach this loop. I will go back to this little tail, put it together with the chain, and crochet over this chain and over this little tail single crochets. I will make 20 single crochets. In this way, I'm gonna hide this little tail and make our loop a little stronger. Now I'm gonna make another slip stitch in the same loop with what I started chain. Cutting this end of the yarn, I don't have to leave really long tail. I will take this end of the yarn to the other side. I can cut this little tail as well. I don't need it anymore, and it's hidden inside our knitting. I'm gonna secure this end of the yarn and hide it inside in the knitting. Now I'm gonna hide this end of the yarn inside. I will use needle for that, and I will go just inside these both circles because we have two parts, so that's gonna be a perfect place to hide the yarn. I will use an iron to straighten up all the loops. And after ironing with a steam, all the loops are really straight and our pot holder is not rolling up. And we are done with this easy and very cute pot holder, which reminds me of a sunflower, probably because of these petals on the side. I have another pot holder, just like the other one. The only difference that this one I started with 6 single crochet in a magic circle, and I made my way till the end. They're completely the same in size. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you in the next video, and I wish you good luck with your project.